Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another edition of the Ultra Confusion Thursday Night Hangout. I, of course, am your host, Charlie, and I apparently have lost everyone. Oh, wait, here is the prolific comer.
No!
Oh, dear God. And, of course, we have a very super special guest, Ando.
Sup? That was much more suave than mine.
Yeah, seriously, I don't know.
Because I did it last time.
Yes.
Why did I go? I like to practice.
Yes, Andrew, I know that it is you, but I like to say, what's Kid 47? Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of the Ultra Confusion Hangout.
What's with the accents tonight?
The accent's really worrying me. I'm not so sure about this.
Yeah.
Shut up, man.
I think it's messing with your feng shui of Mountain Dew.
Mountain Dew.
I worry about it in the first place. Just a tad.
Yes, I have a slight
Issue.
addiction.
Yeah.
Certainly every time I've seen you, you've done that.
And yet Mountain Dew is still not paying me. What's wrong with you?
Get on with it. Get on the ball, Mountain Dew.
Why would
Come
they
on.
pay
What's it,
you?
Pepsi? It's Pepsi.
Pepsi.
Yeah.
Because they're
Come on,
paying-
PepsiCo. Get with it.
Well, they're paying you without having to do anything.
No, I'm paying them.
That's what I meant.
That's right,
Whatever. Okay, let's go on.
Jesus.
My brain is broken because of your Mountain Dew.
So, next week on the Ultra Confusion Hangout.
Actually, next week will be Halloween themed.
Oh,
Horror game themed.
Oh, dear.
It will? Because I've played so many in my life.
It'll be basically Charlie talking and Zealeus going,
I'll just randomly scream at random locations because there's a ghost in front of me. And a clown.
All right,
Clowns.
let's go into the usual stuff. Extra Life! Ladies and gentlemen, Ultra Confusion is participating in Extra Life. Yes, that's right! It is, actually, we're doing the big event, which is the 24-hour game-a-thon.
When is it?
November 7th.
November 7th.
November 7th. I personally will be starting at 4 a.m.
That's not very far away.
in the morning. Yes, that's right.
Do you know what you're going to do yet?
I told you, the week of, I will start revealing the games I will be streaming.
And some planets, this is the week of.
No, it's not.
And
It's not.
depending on how many
It's
light
like
years,
2 weeks
depending
away.
on how many light years away you are, it could already be November 7th.
I don't think that, I know. Our data streams are just so powerful. Don't worry. If you are that far away, I'm sure that you'll take a time machine and you'll figure it out.
Thank you. It's Back to the Future, is it not?
Is it really?
That's what they say. That's what I'm told.
No.
That's
Anyways, you can, of course, tune in because we will be streaming through the Ultra Confusion Twitch channel. And hopefully we have enough bandwidth for Zealeus to do, I guess, the Google channel?
We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
Well, I have to bring over my monster rig.
Yes,
That's always an
his
interesting
monster
challenge
rig.
in itself.
Of course, you still have time to donate to this charity event.
Donate all your money!
Or some of your money.
Or some.
We are personally playing for the Children's Healthcare of Atlanta, which ironically is doing a road race right in the middle of it, which I would have loved to attend.
Is there really irony in that? I'm not sure it's really the definition of ironic.
No, let's not start that argument.
Whatever, dude. Whatever, man. I think you're using the word wrong. Anyways.
Do you even contradict you?
Oh, dear God. So anyways, be on the lookout for, of course, our live stream on the 7th, starting at 4 a.m. and ending at 4 a.m. on the 8th.
And can give you a little encouragement while you're running your marathon. You can be watching our live stream at the same time to give you encouragement.
Multitasking.
Yes.
I think it'd be a kind of good combination.
Key in life.
Well, and since I don't run anymore, it's not really an issue for me.
I have some sad news for. Oh gosh, no, that's gonna.
Whoa!
Okay.
First wonder, I don't understand.
We're not doing that one. We're not doing that one. We're moving down.
What about first? Do you not love First Wonder? What's up with that, yo?
What?
Blaming Tim. I've come for the Mountain Dew and the vodka.
Well, the Mountain Dew's here. I don't know where the vodka is.
I'd like to have some vodka.
It's in my up. Oh, kaboom!
I want some vodka now.
I have Polish vodka in the upstairs freezer.
I think we should get some vodka for you.
No. No.
Hey, you're the one who's talking like a mad Russian. I get a little Polish in there, it'd be perfect.
No. No.
You brought this on yourself, yeah?
Yes, I know. Anyways, okay. Wow. Okay, so we're apparently talking about Bow Hunter 2015
for all the hunters out there.
All right.
Does anybody in this group actually hunt? I mean, really?
So I'm going to be totally honest with you. This game, I understand. There's a lot of people who play. Was it Deer Hunter? on the PC and then on the consoles. I'm not a hunter at all, so this has no.
Or so you call them in World of Warcraft huntards.
Sure, whatever, man, whatever. Anyways, the company behind Bowhunter is actually doing quite a few different competitions during the starting tomorrow. Yes, the 23rd. Basically, what's going to happen is you're going to have 5 hunts a day if you play this game, and you're basically trying to achieve the highest score every single day. And then the top 5 player scores will be featured on an in-game leaderboard, and you can get, if you win first prize, you get a $150. You win $150. Second prize is $100. Third prize is $50, and winners placing 4th through 20th will receive a payment via PayPal from $35 to $5, based on the player rank on the leadership board.
You might get $5 for
Only
bagging a
$5.
virtual deer.
So what I'm always curious about with a game like this, there's always a way. Okay, if you ever play like any of these like online games like this, you look at the meter boards. There's always people like 9,999, whatever, all nines, because they basically figured out a way to cheat the system, or to have like. I'm serious. If you're looking at these leaderboards, there's always those people at the top who it's like, okay, obviously they did bugged out the game or something.
Oh, absolutely. There's
that's why I'm wondering with this kind of game.
I'll be very interested.
There's kind of like people have already figured out a way to cheat the system.
Sorry, Wet Kid 47. We will be broadcasting next Thursday. So I apologize, but I tell you what.
BonsaiCon!
But if you're going to be at BonsaiCon on Thursday, I highly recommend that you tell everyone that the Ultra Confusion Thursday Night Hangout is happening at 8 o'clock, and then you just get a viewing party.
Or do what I do, and you hack their entire video and audio network, and unbeknownst to the powers that be, you just stream the Ultra Confusion podcast to everybody there, and you have no choice but to watch it.
Mm-hmm.
That's asking for some serious skills, man.
If you've seen one version of El Hazard, you've seen them all. So.
Or just watch CSI for lessons on how to hack the GUI.
Yeah, because that's really realistic.
Or get 2 people on the same keyboard.
Yeah.
It's always faster that way.
Yeah.
I'm hacking the system! Ah!
Quick, unplug the monitor.
Oh, it's Friday, Saturday. Well, then you'll have plenty of time to watch the show. Anyways, so Bowhunter 2015, if you're interested in the hunting variety, it is for iOS and Android tablets. So,
what about phones?
Well, I'm sure you could probably put it on phone as well, but I'm sure that there's some requirements you'll have to hit before you can put it on the phone.
Yeah, seriously, that'd be like a tiny little screen.
I'm kind of scared of like those games where they're meant for tablets, but you could also play them on your iPhone, especially if it's like live action. Yeah. To me, I have humongous thumbs, so when I put them on the screen, I can't see anything. So I can't play those games, and I get very sad.
That's terrible. I feel your pain.
I feel so sad.
I can tell. Drink more Mountain Dew with Polish vodka will help.
I don't have the vodka, but I'll drink the Mountain Dew.
Oh, that's what you think.
No, I do think. Because if this was the Polish vodka, there would be a one blade of grass in there.
Ando, you failed. You're supposed to go sneak up and get the vodka while we were talking.
I don't know where his freezer is.
You don't want to go out there right now. All right, anyways, ladies and gentlemen, so we're just going to jump right into the audience topics here, guys.
Since they're already talking to us.
Yeah, let's do this. First of all, I do have a question that was asked of me.
Audience top!
Oh, for the love of God, this is really getting annoying. Okay, so Zealeus made me aware. And I
did?
Yes.
Go me.
You made me aware that
I did something right.
Oh, apparently, that I actually had like a really, really old version of whatever this program is, XSplit.
XSplit.
And so when we updated it, apparently it ate like all of my text boxes.
No!
I had to manually change the width of the box.
No! Not the text boxes!
All right, let's get this straight real quick. Is the dude who's picking up the mantle for Vader, is that Luke Skywalker?
Oh, are you talking about Star Wars Episode 7?
The Force Awakens.
You're probably going to hate on me for being a bad nerd, but I have not actually watched the trailer yet.
Okay, I'm
Man.
being honest.
I'm sorry. I haven't watched the trailer yet.
I have worse street cred. Star Wars doesn't. I
Okay,
don't
let's.
really care that much about Star Wars in the first place. I'm gonna be honest.
I'm not the kind of person who's going to hate on you for not liking Star Wars.
Like I'll watch it when it comes out in theaters because that's what my dad and I do. We go watch new releases in the theaters. But I've seen the Star Wars, but it's not something where I've seen like every episode 18 times.
Seen the Star Wars.
The Star Wars.
Okay, sure.
Star
Yeah, the Star Wars. Thank you. But I've not seen the first. I've not seen the only 3 episodes of Star Wars 18 times. It's just not for me.
Now, see, people who I believe the first time I was on, I was wearing my Star Trek shirt. People know I'm a Star Trek fan.
Well, I'm a Trekkie, but
Yeah, see, that's the thing is that it's very polarizing. People seem to think that you can only really be a fanboy for
Of one or the
Star
other.
Trek or Star
You
Wars
can't cheat,
for some
bro.
reason. I have room in my heart for both of them. In their own ways, I love both of those franchises. So when Episode 7 comes out, yes, I'll definitely be there. In fact, I'm trying to sweet talk one of my friends who who did one of those, bought a bunch of tickets, and he's like, this is my just in case. He didn't say that he had picked the people. I'm like, batting my eyelashes.
yeah, exactly.
Please.
Well, going back to what Charlotte said, there was the news report that Luke Skywalker did petition the director to be basically like you say.
Okay, and by Luke Skywalker, I assume
Mark
that
Hamill.
you're Mark Hamill.
Yes, Mark Hamill did petition.
The voice of Joker in the Batman the Animated Series.
That too. So yes, the Joker. He wants to become the Joker of the new episodes of Star Wars.
We'll see. We'll see, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see. Anyways, I did have a topic that was, or a question that was asked of me outside of this broadcast, and I want to bring it up. Zealeus kind of already knows about this. The question is, because basically the League of Legends World Championship is happening right now. I think it's still going. I don't know.
Because we all play a lot of League of
I know.
Legends.
But the question is that actually what happened was they pulled a character from the roster of selectable characters mid-tournament.
Wow.
So the question was, do you? And the thing was, the character was being used by players. It was slightly broken, if I remember correctly.
One of the abilities basically did not work. So
it gave the
just didn't
individual more of a handicap than it gave him an advantage. But still, people were utilizing that character because that was their go-to character, and yet they pulled it. So a lot of people are going, well, in your opinion, is that legal where you're playing in a set tournament? It'd just be like you're playing like, I don't know, like a Magic tournament, and all of a sudden, 4 of the cards that you've basically built your entire deck around are now just magically not allowed in that tournament anymore. Yeah. I mean, what is your opinion? I mean,
well, I think the big difference. I think with League of
hey,
Legends,
Nakamoto, keep going.
I can understand why in League of Legends they did it, because basically they found a character bug. I mean, it was a legitimate in-game bug that no longer allowed the character to work as planned. But the other issue that it's been raising with League of Legends is the character that's broken and they pulled from the pool, it's actually a jungle character. And apparently the meta of League of Legends right now is junglers have been basically getting the shafted updates in terms of nerf to their characters. So there's very few viable junglers for the pros to play with already, and this was one of them. So now you've further reduced that pool of junglers to choose from. So basically there's no real variety of what people are going to choose or ban in League of Legends now as far as the jungler role goes. And that's one of the issues. But I think also at the same time, though, if there's a bug, I think as long as, like, say you got rounds, like, say there's 4 rounds, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think as long as everybody's completed, say, through the second round, so you don't have people in different levels of rounds, I think if you ban that character or if you remove it because of an actual legitimate in-game bug, which this is, I think that's okay. I don't think there's a problem with it because you actually have a legitimate in-game issue with how the game is supposed to function. So from my perspective, I can see where Riot's coming from to ban that character because it's an actual, I also think it's good that they banned the character because even though, yes, you're right, the character technically hinders that player, but they also don't start that precedent where, well, we'll ban some characters if there's a bug, but not other characters if they're bugged. We're going to make a judgment call based on the level of bug brokenness.
Well, I mean,
so I think just to ban the character outright because it's broken, I think that's a fair call.
But the question is, should they have been able to do it mid-tournament? I understand banning like cards or a character beforehand, or for like you get through this section of the tournament because it was basically in like eliminator tournament to get into the World Championship. After that, banning the character so that they understand, so they can game plan. But in the middle of a tournament where you've already got your set strategy of who you're going to use, how are you going to use them, and all of a sudden.
Yeah, I mean, that's part of League of Legends or any other multi-online game, is you have to adjust your strategy on the fly. I mean, you look at professional sports and players get injured all the time in mid-tournaments. Guess what? You move on, you figure it out, and you make do. So it happens. I don't see a problem with Riot in this case because it puts everybody still on the same level playing field because it's not like it's banned for one team but not the other.
That's true. That's true.
So it's banned across the board. So it creates, I think, in that regard, a level playing field. So I'm personally fine with it. It sucks, yes, but I think it's better to set the precedent that they're going to ban a character for any kind of bug in the game versus making a judgment call based on the type of bug. I think it's just an easier call to just be, boom, we're banning that character because it's got a bug. I think it's kind of amazing to me that it took them this long to figure out, hey, there's a bug in the character, but hey, whatever.
Ando?
I understood some of the words he said. I'm not a League of Legends player, so don't really have a...
So basically what I'm rambling on about is...
Well, I mean, I understand in the concept in general. I mean, I can kind of address what Charlie's saying in a general sense. I'm just saying that when it comes
go for a general.
We're all about generalities here.
Okay, so I don't think that it is... basically, I can kind of see both sides as well. Coming from the standpoint of the company wanting to put on an entertaining show... I can see how, I can see where they came from. So I guess in a way I kind of can understand it and would say it. I mean, I get why the people, who it affected, obviously, I can get why they would be upset. I don't mean to minimize that, but I think that I kind of am okay with the fact that they did it because it was at least for a good reason. It may have been annoying, may have been frustrating, but I mean, stuff happens sometimes. So I can get behind it.
I think it's only because it's a bug I'm okay with it. Like, I think it'd be totally different is say they released a new hero and you had a new tournament tomorrow and they realized that, oh crap, this hero is totally overpowered. Not because of a bug or anything, but just because they gave them, 10% more health than they should have. Then that I would not be okay with them banning. Because it's not a bug, it's just an actual gameplay element.
It's a game balance.
Yeah, game balance is a better way of putting it. Yeah, I think if it's a game balance issue, then in that case, no, I would not be okay with it. Because that's why you have bans and pick alternatives and that kind of, and different things to help balance that out. So I think only because it's a bug, that I don't see an issue with it personally. Yeah. So that's...
TLDR, we're okay.
I think it's all right, yeah. Yeah.
I do. I agree. I mean, it does suck for the those individuals who that's their game plan. But you want to. The thing is, you want to get your best product out there, and it is broken. Even if it's not for an advantage, it is something that would make the game look less polished.
I actually just had another thought about this, too. If you really look at it, when it comes to League of Legends, yes, it's a very popular game. I understand it is one of the most popular, games like that. But from a certain perspective, this being a big tournament, I mean, this is a big deal.
Right. Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
This is in a way, you can look at this as being practically advertisement for the game. You can understand how maybe the company who puts out the game would want to put their best foot forward and see the best version of their game. So that's another reason why I could understand why they'd want to pull a defective product as soon as they find it, rather than saying, "Oh well, we'll let the thing, the Band-Aid show this time." No, let's go ahead and take the faulty character out. So I guess that's another factor of why I'd be understanding.
Which makes me, I'm just kind of curious, based on that, which I get is, if you're a new player to a game like League of Legends, do you think how aware would a observer who hadn't really played a whole lot of League of Legends or any MOBA for that matter? If there's a broken element in it, I wonder how evident that would be to a player like myself to notice, like, oh, hey, this is broken.
Yeah,
I
Yeah,
kind of
you wouldn't
wonder.
know it.
Yeah, I doubt many. I know because the action in a MOBA. That's one of the reasons it's so appealing to a lot of people's actions. So fast paced, and the matches are relatively quick. Is that I think a lot of that is very hard to follow. I know it's something Charlie and I have talked a lot about. Is they're trying to get MOBAs into the mass media. They're trying to do it on ESPN. They're doing the BBC One and that stuff.
Yep.
Is having those
Like
announcers or streamers who can make the game relevant to people who aren't regularly into these type of games.
Yeah.
And like you said, when I was talking about junglers, you're like, I understood some words you were saying.
Yeah.
But that's a problem. Like if you're a natural viewer and you're watching ESPN, that's not what you want to hear from a casual viewer.
Yeah.
You don't want them to say, I have no idea what the heck this person's talking about, because they're just going to flip the channel.
Well,
Come on, it's your solo, your mid, your jungler, and your
Get with it, dude!
Come on, man!
following the rabbit hole a little bit further, I mean, because that's what we do, right?
Yeah.
Following
Absolutely.
the rabbit hole just a little bit further down that, even if, let's say that you've got a character who has a flaw, your average viewer may
Right.
not recognize that. But if you've got a player who's a tournament level player, and they figured out how to basically succeed even with a faulty character, and somebody who's watching may not see those faults, but might think, boy, that character looks pretty cool. And if
Right.
I play the game, I'm going to play that character. Then they're playing the character, and they're like, well, this character sucks. I don't see how to play it like the
Right,
person
right.
that I saw. So,
Right.
That's very true.
again, just saying.
That's actually pretty silly because, so Charlie and I, last year we went to the Smite World Championships,
Okay.
and you see these players play these, in Smite they're gods. And when you play them, like, it almost looks effortless to them.
Oh,
You know the thing that they do
Oh,
the
yeah.
games?
It's like playing a fighting game with someone who really knows how to do it. Just like,
What's
well,
what's the tournament for the fighting games? I can never remember what that. It's like
I don't know.
Evo. I think it's Evo 1 or something like that. And you're just like, it's like, oh yeah, I did like a Counter Strike and a block Counter Strike super. I'm like,
and you're like, and that character can do that? I've played that game 20 times.
Yeah.
I've never seen that character do that action before.
But I think one of the things like
Yeah.
a game like Smite, I see them look at so effortlessly, and then I get home and I try playing the game. I'm like, what the hell's going on? I do not understand how they did this.
well, because there's several levels of being able to play the game. Like for me, for like any MOBA, I could kind of get the gist of it, but my issue is I have no idea about items. I just kind of go, oh, that sounds cool, and then I add it. And so I would do like live streams of me playing Smite, and I have so many people in the audience going, why the fuck did you put? Why are you putting that? That's not gonna do anything for you. I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. Just leave me alone.
Which raises the question: have you ever played Heroes of the Storm?
No, but
That's-
I heard that they did like a huge revamp.
I've not played since the revamp, but at least when I played a month ago, that's one of the reasons that Heroes of the Storm does not have itemization in the game. They want to make it simpler for a player. If you look at a lot of the games that Blizzard has come out with, Heroes of the Storm and Hearthstone are dumbed-down versions of the game they're based off of. Hearthstone is a dumbed-down version of Magic the Gathering, and they do have Heroes of the Storm, which is a dumbed-down version of League of Legends or Dota or any of those. And one of the ways that Heroes of the Storm does that is there's no itemization.
Okay.
You still have leveling up, and that definitely plays a huge role in how your character develops. But you don't have in-game, or at least when I played a month ago, unless they changed it, I don't know. You didn't have in-game purchases, and part of it is that Blizzard wants the game make these games more accessible to your casual gamer. In a way, Blizzard's almost become like a casual gamer paradise. Diablo 3 is not that complicated. As far as hack and slash games
Gonna be
generally
honest with you,
aren't
it's
that.
Wasn't all that good either.
It's got much better.
I don't care. Blizzard locked my account, and when I finally unlocked it, they lost the ability of thoughts on the Star Wars Battlefront beta.
It looks amazing!
I have an invite. I haven't actually played it yet, though.
Well, you're going to have to buy it soon.
I know.
Because it's coming out. One of the things, so I didn't actually play it, but one of the things I found amusing about the Battlefront beta, so a lot of video games, they have special characters in it. And the thing that was really cool about Star Wars Battlefront, it's one of those games where you take control, at least in the beta. It was Luke Skywalker, Darth Vader, and they were truly freaking badass when a human was controlling them. You know, a lot of games like they're on the peripheral or you have to battle, but you don't actually get to be totally badass. But in Battlefront, you were that badass mofo in the game. And, you know, people are talking about, you know, they go try to attack, you know, Luke Skywalker. Oh, hell no, he's just deflecting all your damn, everything you have with his lightsabers. And I thought it was really cool because it really felt that power of your Luke Skywalker or Darth Vader. And people thought that was a really phenomenal part of the game. At the same time, that map is apparently totally broken. Or that map is. I forget which side it's for, but one side wins every time. Because it's just completely imbalanced. But from what I've seen about it, apparently it's a really fun game. I don't buy new games for $60 because it's going to end up being $100 after all the damn DLCs coming out in 6 months.
I know that feel, bro.
So you just wait for the Game of the Year edition.
Exactly. But now you have to wait for, like, the Game of the Century edition.
Well, that depends on the game and what you want out of it. Like the one that called to mind when you were talking about, it's going to end up being $100 once you add in all the DLC. Is WWE 2K16, which releases next week. And if you pre-order, which of course I wanted to, so I could have it, is the 2 Terminator characters.
Yes.
But then, of course, that means that's the $60 there, plus, you know, eventually the rest of the DLC that I know I'll want. So, yeah.
Video games get expensive. AAA video games
Very
getting
fast.
very expensive very quickly. It's no longer just $60.
Well,
Then they get you with other shit too.
they need to continue the revenue stream somehow because you're not going to pay for a subscription. The vast majority of individuals.
That's
are not gonna pay
you're
for
right.
it.
Yeah.
But they will.
But it's
the
a
funny
different,
thing is,
it's a different type of subscription streams.
right?
now.
You do the
It's monthly DLCs or bi-monthly or whatever.
So they give you the season pass, which
Yeah.
is literally just a subscription.
It is. It's not billed to you monthly. Required. It's optional monthly subscriptions when it comes down to.
Right.
It really is nowadays, for better or for worse. That's where the AAA titles have moved to.
Wait till I'm in charge. Wait till I'm in charge.
Yeah.
I mean, look at Destiny.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the king right now of more DLCs for 15. I don't even know how much the last one cost.
40.
Wow.
I haven't even played more than the first level. I own it, and I just haven't gotten.
From
around
what
to
I've
play it.
heard, the latest DLC actually makes it a good game, finally. Like a complete game. I'll put it that way.
Depends on the reviewer. Some of the reviewers are like, you get better pants.
For the
They're
most,
like, it's still not a complete game.
well, you're always going to have people who never are happy with any product that comes out.
Well, of course.
But for the most part, I've heard the new DLC really makes Destiny finally the game. It's almost like Reaper of Souls finally made Diablo 3 a complete hack and slash them. Same thing with this expansion for Destiny makes Destiny a complete game, relatively speaking. There's always room for improvement. You can always get better pants if there's cats in them. But there's always room for improvement, yes.
Uh-huh.
What? Was something I said? No? Okay. +1 to my cats. Ah!
Oh, Lord. Anywho.
I'm going to bring over my cat.
So,
one time as a
over
mascot.
to the audience.
Audience, if you have any topics, questions, blah, blah, blahs for us, drop them in the chat window. If not, I shall give you a trailer to ponder upon.
Yes, trailer us.
Yes, okay. This first trailer is a game called Voxel Blast.
Are you sure it's not
wait,
Voxel?
wait,
It's
hold on.
Voxel.
Shut up. Real quick, Zealeus, what kind of brew you got there? Charlie, you got your Diet Dew Code Red cocktail? Absolutely. Ando, you thirsty? Did they offer you?
Yes and no, respectively.
I have Leffy of the Onion 1224. It's a wonderful, yummy blonde. Blonde. It's Belgium ale. It's delicious. It's I love my Belgium ales. They
All
make
right.
me happy.
So, Voxel Blast.
Do you always drink your Mountain Dews out of the same cup, by the way?
No. Goddamn, we've had this conversation so many times.
Yeah,
No, like the
they're
which
all
which.
down here.
No, the which. You always have a which cup. Why don't you like change
look
up
at
the
how
cup?
many of them there are.
Change up the cup to something different.
No!
Because it makes it look like.
What did you guys think of the Star Wars trailer? I'm the only one apparently who's watched
So
it.
what did you think of it?
I'm sorry.
I thought it was good!
I don't give a shit about Star Wars.
It was good, okay?
Now, earlier you... I'm going to keep my mouth shut.
Who, me?
Nothing.
Let's keep going.
I've seen them. I just don't really care that much about them.
Ando, are you thirsty?
A little bit, but I'm okay. Thanks.
Okay.
We can get you a cup of Polish vodka.
We have, I think, some bourbon, some water, some random beer.
There's always beer in the Charlie household.
Well expired,
Good
past expiration orange juice. That's what's down in here. What? Ew! I would never say drink your spit.
Oh, come
What?
on.
Come on, Nakamoto!
Feel better, man.
Use
Wait.
your mind, man. Use your mind. Use your brain, whatever. Anyways, okay, let me show you this quick trailer. Voxel Blast is a game that, how do I describe it? It's, in a way, it's kind of like, it looks kind of like...
A neon space shooter is probably what it looks like.
Okay, fine, shut up. We're just going to show you the dang trailer, because Zealeus ruined it!
I didn't really know there were spoiler alerts on the podcast.
Shut up, man. I do what I want. Not what I can. Alright, so...
Oh, that looks cool.
It kind of reminds me
I hope
of,
nobody
like...
has epilepsy.
It looks like the originals, like Star Fox type look, but it's like in a computer
Star Fox
system.
64.
Yeah. Well, okay, yeah, there. It's in a computer system, so I kind of feel like it's like Star Fox in Tron or something.
Tron, the way it kind of looks like Reckless Gravity too.
Yeah. So the cool thing about this game, if I remember correctly, is that if you leave if the enemies kind of get to chill for a little bit, they'll actually combine to become even more badass.
That's just... Oh, that's like a giant caterpillar.
Yep.
That's exactly giant caterpillar.
So this came out today. So for those of you out there who are looking for this game on PC, Linux, and Mac,
It's available on Steam.
dun dun dun.
Sweet. For how much? 'Cause that looks pretty cool.
That's a very good question. I could tell you. Hold on one sec. No, I don't know why it keeps choosing these random
Turn off
things.
autoplay.
Yeah, autoplay's on. That's why.
Shut up, man! I don't know this stuff.
It's YouTube.
You gotta read!
It's YouTube. YouTube's been around
What is
since
this?
like-
YouTube.
like what 2005.
Did you? Okay, by the way, speaking of YouTube, they picked the worst possible name for their subscription-based model.
What is it?
YouTube Red.
Yes, sounds like a porn site.
Yes, it does.
Actually, it is a porn site.
The
No,
fir-
it's not. Yes, it is.
The first time I saw the name, YouTube Red, I was like, what is Google doing? No, I'm sorry.
Pretty sure that's-
What is Alphabet doing?
Yes, Alphabet. Yeah, exactly. Let me see. I want to say that there was a price in here.
Well, you said it releases today. You could
Yeah,
Just
so
go-
it's $9.59 right now,
For the first 7 days of launch.
and then it goes up to $11.99.
Dude, buy it now
That's
for a
only
$2.49 discount.
Exactly, whacked kid 47 red tube.
An actual fun Linux game. They're coming, or you could play the games through
Yes,
Wine.
Craig. RedTube is a whole other site.
Yeah, that's why when I saw the title for YouTube Red, I'm like, really?
But we're not going there.
No. We're not going to tell you what type of site it is.
I've never heard of
Of course not.
RedTube. Why?
Thoughts on the new MMO Black Desert? Are you guys going to try to get an alpha key?
Well,
I
if it's
don't
an MMO, I'm gonna have to look at this because MMOs are my kryptonite.
All right, we'll get Zealeus to look into it for you, and we'll tell you how it looks.
Yes, MMOs and I have a love-hate relationship.
Yeah. He disappears for a long amount of time when he jumps into MMOs. You're like, Zealeus, what have you been playing recently? Final Fantasy 14. Have you played anything else? No.
Why would I play other games, man?
Because I asked you to play other games? I forgot.
You guys don't know about it.
You sound like a Wookiee.
Wow. Okay. Hold on.
Wait, what?
No.
What?
No, he's saying like, wow, not World of Warcraft.
No. Oh my God. Yes. He's like, wow, I can't believe you haven't heard of it.
Black Desert.
Google?
Google faster.
Hey, Google!
You're not Googling fast enough.
There it is.
Black Desert is an upcoming sandbox-oriented massive multiplayer game by a Korean game developer. That always scares me.
Yes, I'm going to be totally honest with
Because a lot of MMOs have come, they've
Yeah.
been ported, especially like I know Triangle Worlds has done at least 2 that were originally Korean MMOs.
you.
And then
Archage and
They're doing another one right now called Devalion.
Yeah.
And they tend to be heavily microtransaction based whenever they come out of Korea. That is Korea's thing, is come up with an MMO and then shoot that MMO over to America and make it play to win.
Now,
No, win to play.
now when
What?
when you had the Google page open, I had one of my red flags
Uh-oh.
kick off with the image. See, look at all the images. They all are like
They're all
pretty girls.
Yep.
It's like anytime that a game advertises itself with nothing but pretty girls in fantasy armor, you know that they're just out to get attention. It's like they're sacrificing gameplay for sex appeal.
Look at that lovely elven
All right,
archers.
let's look at the images real quick. Let's just see what the first
Oh God!
1,
No, okay.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Wait! I see a dude! There's a dude!
Yeah,
What? A dude?
Right, a dude
No.
in like an upskirt shot.
Yeah, the camera angle on the dude, and then it goes right back to girls. Wow, look at all the girls.
Apparently-
There's a dude.
Okay, there's a dude.
There's one dude, but look at his hair, man. It's like the straight
Absolutely,
up frosted.
of course you should.
Red flag right there.
You should, of course, you shouldn't judge anything based off the pictures. It's just,
Well, games that typically, like, what was that one that it was one of the crappy mobile games, but it advertised with Kate Upton?
Yes,
it was just like they
Age
knew
of
it
Fire.
needed to be like,
War of Fire,
boom,
whatever. Yeah.
you know.
But it's just, in general, the idea of Korean MMOs scare me just based on how, or what happens, they're actually good in
What's-
their native format, but then they get Americanized.
oh god, anything that
Happens
gets
to-
Americanized hurts my feelings. So
And that's
bad.
the other issue with
So
it,
many
too.
animes have, when there's like the original anime,
Mhm.
when it comes over to the U.S., it gets Americanized because apparently we just won't understand the significance of certain scenes.
But it
And
seems
it
like
just
an-
makes me want to cry because I'm like, no, you can't take that scene out. It makes no sense now.
But it seems like in the MMO world, it's more so the publisher who's helping to get it from Korea to over here decides we need to make more money off of this. How
So they
can we do
monetize
this?
the shit out of it.
Exactly. That's my word.
Who's going to be the publisher for the U.S.? Are they going to?
I don't know anything about this game. It's a good question.
Because I mean that's another question: is
That
it a
doesn't-
reputable
It's the one I've
publisher
heard
when
of.
it brings over to the U.S.? I find it funny that as soon as you hit this page, holy crap! Look how many different MMO ads pop up as soon as you hit it.
Red flag number 2.
Planning Calypso, which I think is just a complete ripoff of that new Disney
Ooh,
TV show.
with a real cash economy.
Echo of Soul. Join the epic MMO. It's not just it's an epic MMO.
When they put that epic MMO, that's a red flag
But
for
we
me.
still have not seen what
It's
the
just
publisher is.
It's just like when you're driving by houses, and you see the for sale sign. You see like the renovated kitchen, blah or pool or whatever, and then they actually have the audacity to put real wow factor as one of the points. I'm like, you will
You're
never
trying
sell your
too
house.
hard.
Yeah, that's way too fucking hard.
I don't know.
Well, we can reach out and I'll give the alpha key to Zealeus.
I'll give it a whirl. If it's MMO, I actually maybe give that a whirl.
Yeah, he will give it a whirl because that's what he does.
Yeah.
Yay! I just got another key. Oh, for Voxel Blast.
Yeah, Charlie can go sell it on eBay
Oh.
to have his Mountain Dew habit.
Or you're a special guest for the show.
You'd have to write a review for it.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what do you think the Trap iPhone is?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, oh, you want to play a game? Sounds cool. Here's the key. Okay, I need a review.
He only had nagging for about 6 months for one of them.
Karma Flow. Oh, God.
Hey, I did the damn review.
I know.
It was quality too.
A key to give away on stream. Awesome. Raffle. No, as much as I would love,
Raffle.
as much as I would love to be able to give away keys on this show, unfortunately, I do not have any keys to give away. I only have a single review key, which I will be utilizing to do a playthrough.
Now here's a question though.
Yes, sir.
Because we've mentioned a few times, like, hey, we could use people to help out with Ulster Confusion.
Uh-huh.
What if somebody, hypothetically speaking, were to use a review key to actually review the game for Ultra Confusion? I'm just saying.
I'm
So, like,
fine
I'm
with
saying from the audience, would that be a potential opportunity?
that. The thing is, if I give a key over to an individual, then I would need a review from them.
So, are we saying that to the audience right now?
Yes,
If somebody wants
yes.
to play a game that we have a key for,
Absolutely.
Okay.
If you know of a game that we have not touched on, like hold on 1 second, there is a game that I was supposed to look at. It is called
I see myself.
dig or die.
Dig or Die. on Steam.
So the moral of the story is, if anybody in the audience is interested in doing a review for Alt Confusion in exchange for the code for that game, reach out to Charlie, because he knows that stuff.
If there's a game that you're interested in reviewing for Alter Confusion, I will reach out to that developer, try to get a key for you.
Especially if you know it's like an indie title, we'll have a much better luck of actually getting that review code.
The vast majority of independent developers who actually understand that their games need to be reviewed, which unfortunately not all of them do, will reach back out to us and give us a key to review their game. So
there you go.
Yeah. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, I'm gonna close this. Yeah, just keep it on that one. Anyways, oh shoot.
Every time I look at that raffle, it looks like Traffle.
I know.
And I'm just like, Traffle. It's a great name for my kid.
What? What? Oh my God, Zealeus. What?
WTF, mate?
What the hell are you talking about?
Can
Can you give me those 2 bottles?
Oh man,
Round
bring
2.
out the big guns now.
Let's do this.
I say Traffle is going to be the name of my
I
Sunday
think we're
son.
talking about
Da-da-da.
this and this.
Da-da-da.
Da-da-da-da.
Did you get the Polish vodka for him?
No. No.
Dang it!
No,
I know.
Polish
Don't
vodka.
get the Polish
No,
vodka.
don't get the Polish vodka.
Oh, Lord.
This is some flat ass soda.
Wow. Yes, it is. Almost. Chip. Yes.
It is done.
That was glorious. You're putting in the tops in the wrong ones.
Shut up, man! I do what I want.
That's going to annoy me. You're supposed to be the OCD one.
I know.
As he chucks the bottles off in that direction.
Good thing there wasn't like a baby. Are you happy now?
Yes. Okay, let's
How
continue.
flat is it?
Really flat. It's like water.
I'm not sure it's supposed to taste like water.
No, it just has the consistency of water. It still tastes like Mountain Dew. It just has the consistency of water. There's no bubble
Ew.
at all in it.
That's the whole purpose of Mountain Dew, bro.
No, I want the caffeine and the taste. I mean, yes, do I like the carbonation? Absolutely, but it's not a deal breaker for me. Okay, let me tell. Let's
We
get
got a raw deal.
let's get serious for just a second here. Something happened.
Hey, I'm sorry. Seriousness is adulting, and I'm sorry. I can't adult.
And I'm
sorry.
here.
Good sir.
And I'm
Good
here.
sir. Good sir. This has to do with a convention of sorts.
Oh, okay.
So-
Well, I'm back in.
Andocon.
No, it's ZombieCon.
Oh, well,
They-
I'm out.
It is really sad. They still have not found the gunman that killed 1 and injured 4. ZombieCon is like kind of like a street festival type of deal where everyone dresses up as zombies. And,
Yeah, I heard it. I heard that something bad had happened there.
yeah, this random dude just walked up, opened fire, and they still haven't found him.
Mm.
But that doesn't mean that people shouldn't go to conventions.
Well, I mean, just that you can't blame the convention
Right,
for
exactly.
the bad thing that happened there.
Exactly.
It's really unfortunate, absolutely, but
Yeah. It's just like it was like MomoCon this past year. There was that one cosplayer that came out and said that she was being groped and stuff, and of course some of the volunteer staff apparently should have been trained on how to deal with the situation and handled that even furtherly poorly. Furtherly poorly?
Sure.
You
We
make
get the
sense?
we
Sure,
get the
whatever.
drift.
So anyways,
Yeah.
I don't even know what the fuck that is. So I'm just going to leave that alone.
Random dude giving a post about I
No.
think I'll pass.
But anyways, no convention. There's never going to be a convention that's absolutely 100% perfect. There's going to be something that
Why don't
goes.
I know that?
Except for Andocon.
There's
I
always
wish.
going to be something that's going to go wrong. But the thing is, you've got to find the best of the convention and then just ride that train from start to finish.
Well, it's also partially about how you handle it. Too.
Absolutely. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Be mature as a
If you-
person when they give you criticism.
If the first bump in
Constructive
the
criticism.
first bump in the road, you decide to pout about it and badmouth it to the end of time, then why it's like people who play open betas and the entire time they're like, wow, this game sucks. I should be playing WoW. Then leave
Play WoW.
and go play WoW.
Or don't play open betas.
Yeah.
Surprise. Or-
It's the same.
Comparing it to MMO, that's 12 years old.
Yeah, beta does not mean I'm getting it before everyone else. It means I'm getting it before the publishers say the developers say it's done. That's what it means.
And games are never finished anyways when they come out anymore.
Unfortunately.
Yes, but okay. I do want to go on the record about one thing, because a lot of people are putting with the fact that there are a ton of games that are coming out that do have some noticeable bugs, and everyone's getting is giving the developers a hard time. It's not the developers' fault, okay? It's the publishers. The publishers are the ones who are like, no, we're going to start losing our profit. We have to ship now. And so the developers have to scramble as quickly as possible. Now, when you have a game that is as broken as, say, Assassin's Creed Unity, they really should have decided to just take the loss, fix the game
Or
before
Batman,
they threw it
Arkham
out.
Horror,
Yeah.
Asylum.
No, Arkham Knight.
Arkham Knight, whatever. Arkham, too many Arkhams, man.
Where,
The Batmobile FTO.
was it the PC version?
Yes,
if you got in the
basically,
Batmobile, you basically broke the game. But you could run around the entire city, just don't get in the Batmobile.
it's overrated.
And but the thing is, with that one, they actually pulled all copies off of every single shelf.
You cannot buy. They only released it again like last week or something.
Yeah, they finally.
Like, I mean, it was off market for a while.
Yeah.
I bet those developers did not get much sleep.
Oh God, no.
It was like, you're going to live at the office. Congratulations. Here's a lifetime supply of Mountain Dew.
Well, there was a horror story about every single developer, every single company is going to have some kind of crunch time.
Yeah.
Where you're up against a deadline, so you start pulling some heavy.
I've been there.
You know,
Not with game development, but I'm a web developer by
Right.
trade, and so I've been there.
So there's a company here in Atlanta called Tripwire Interactive. They made Red Orchestra, Red Orchestra 2, Killing Floor, and Killing Floor 2. For Red Orchestra 2, they had some way over the top lofty ambitions about what they wanted for Red Orchestra 2. They ended up doing so the maximum amount of time you want to do crunch is maybe like 6 weeks, 8 weeks at max, okay? And then take a little break, and then you could go back into crunch. They did 18 months straight.
That does not sound
It's a great way to burn out your developers.
Oh, dear God, yes.
It's a great way to get your developers to commit suicide.
Amazingly, no divorces happened during that time.
That's a miracle.
I know. And they've basically promised that if that were to occur, actually the lead people, like the head of the company, basically said that they would walk with the employees if that ever happened again.
Mm-hmm.
I just watched a video of the ZombieCon shooting, and the gunman walks past the camera lady. Yes,
That's
yes,
crazy.
they've released the some people had some cell phone video. There was some surveillance video, and the dude just nonchalantly just walks up and just. It's nuts. I mean,
That hits a little close to home, man.
yeah, it's you.
I mean, that's the kind of thing that might end up killing that convention. I mean, not that the
Right.
convention should take the blame, but modern society, people will start to associate ZombieCon with shooting.
Right.
That
It's the
runs a real risk
advertisement.
of hurting it.
It's the advertisement. You're going to be less inclined to want to go to that, unfortunately,
Yeah.
Because the thing
even
is,
though the convention has nothing to do with it.
well, the thing is, the chances of gaining additional audience, additional con goers, is going to be greatly decreased, because when people are like, "Oh, ZombieCon sounds fun. Let me look it up." The first thing that's always going to pop up is ZombieCon Gunman,
Nope.
and you're like,
They're going to no pride out of it.
"No."
It's a real shame.
Oh, I'm sad about that.
Okay, the thing that Zealeus is sad about is it has been confirmed that the TV show on Sci-Fi, Defiance, has been canceled after 3 seasons. So a lot of people immediately jumped up and down screaming, "Well, what's going to happen with the MMO?" Because, as some people might know, there was a TV show and a video game that was going simultaneously at the same time. The TV show the TV show was based in St. Louis. the video game is based in San Francisco.
Mhm.
So there was character overlap. Like some of the characters would go to San Francisco and vice versa. But they basically made it like that so that if one were to fail or get canceled, the other one could continue to survive.
Yep.
So the question is, yes, the MMO is going to stick around for Defiance. But the question then becomes, because they no longer will have the TV tie-ins, what about the content?
And from what I've seen from like the Reddit forum, at least for Defiance, is there is definitely a marked increase in population when seasons start.
Yes.
Which makes sense. I mean, it's advertising for your video game.
Yeah.
So it's Trine Worlds. They're the publishers of the game. They've
Yep.
come out and said, yes, we're going to continue on with Defiance, but when that time comes around for what season 4 would be, they're expecting the numbers to reflect what their population would be based on obviously if there's a season 4. Is when that forecast does not come to fruition, how likable is Trine Worlds going to be to continuing to support this game?
Right.
That's from kind of been a little bit on life support already.
Yeah.
Right. The thing is, during the off season where the TV show is not on, there's definitely a decrease in users.
Yeah.
One of the things is that during Defiance, they always gave you a one-time code
Yep.
that you can use, I think, within 24 hours.
I would log in and use those, but I never actually played.
Right, exactly. That's what you would see. You would see that bump after every single episode, or during a commercial break, during the episode, you see that bump of
Yep.
everyone logging on and type that in so that they could get those extra items and then maybe come back later before the next episode to check out what exactly they got.
I enjoyed playing Defiance. I got bored of it after. I played a fair amount of hours in Defiance, though. I think I made it up to the top level. I really did enjoy it. But I just don't see it being one of those games that's going to have the staying power for the next year or two. It doesn't seem like it has that market penetration already. I just don't see it being able to pick up those new subscribers like any video game, any MMO needs to stay alive. So that's my word. I just don't see it staying alive for the long haul. That's my gut reaction.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting.
But it is a fun game. I would love to play. The idea of the FPS MMO, that's one of the reasons I enjoyed the game quite a bit. I like the idea of an open world FPS where you're not PvP oriented.
That sounds like a pretty cool idea. I
It was
haven't heard
fun.
of this one. That's actually pretty
It
cool.
really is. It's a quality game. I mean, there's nothing incredibly, and that's another reason I like it. It's not incredibly, it's not that complicated. It's pretty easy to pick up and play. Different classes. You can play as the sniper. You can come in, hit people with your fist. You can just play, shotguns. You got different weapons for depending on your game style. But if you like any kind of MMOs or FPS, it's a pretty quality game.
The other thing, and this is just me because I'm not very social when it comes to MMOs, which is weird because in MMOs you want to be social, but for me I'm like antisocial in MMOs. Defiance is one of the only games where I only team up with individuals during those limited time deals where basically anyone and everyone can see it on the map and you can go there, and once you're within a certain radius of that area, you gain like experience and equipment and whatever. But the vast majority of the time, you could solo the whole damn thing if you wanted to. It's really freaking hard to do, but you could do it. And I like that because, I didn't feel like, because a lot of MMOs out there, they basically after like hour 3 or 4, so you get through the tutorial. Now they're like, okay, you have to team up with people. And I'm not going to team up with people because I'm just afraid that I am going to, because I enjoy the opening part so much that I fear that when I team up with someone or a group of people that they're going to ruin that experience for me, and then I don't want to play anymore. Especially when it was when all the MMOs were subscription based. Then I got really hesitant because I'm like, well, shit.
See, I never played an MMO where you have to team up with people. It's always a parallel process to leveling that you can do instead of soloing the quest.
See, I always
But I've never played a game where you have to do basically the instance together in order.
Well,
to do it.
Lotro.
I didn't play Lotro.
Lotro and DDO, I think.
DDO, you didn't have to.
Huh.
If you want it, it would be optimal, yes.
The only MMO I ever really played was City of Heroes when it existed.
I didn't
And
have
that
City
was
of Heroes.
one that to a point, there was up to a certain level, you could generally play that level's missions decently well solo, but then it does get to a point where, especially depending on class, because there are some classes that can solo for a long time, if not the whole game, but I tended to play more support roles, so for me, I always enjoyed teaming up.
Yeah,
with
those
groups.
have to team up your support
And
healer.
what I would love to do is make myself indispensable. Like I would really enjoy, being the one there. Like at the end of the mission, like, wow, we couldn't have survived this mission without you. Do you want to, keep playing for the next 3 hours? Absolutely. I got that enjoyment out of it. So yeah, there you go. That's me.
Yeah. No, I hear you. And definitely depending on your role. And any MMO that dictates kind of whether or not you have to team up. Because that is one of the things that always annoyed me. Like, especially like a game like the early days, especially like World of Warcraft, soloing as a healer was a painful existence. It just was not fun. And that's one thing MMOs changed a lot over the years. If you play as healer role in MMO,
Which is what I did in City of Heroes most of the time.
but a lot of the newer ones, they make it so you now have a DPS version of that same class. Like if you're in like an instance, they won't have like the optimal DPS. They won't DPS like with other people, but they at least have much better DPS than just a dedicated healer. Like the original, like for instance, Priest class in World of Warcraft was terrible for soloing because it had no DPS. It had like 3 DPS abilities, so it just sucked. So it just depends on the MMO. I don't know. I like teaming up with people though, so I'm
Me
not
too.
antisocial like Charlie.
Yeah, some of us actually like having friends.
I like okay, so here's the deal. All right. If it's like a board game or it's a hot seat game where everyone basically everyone has to come to a place to play the game, I'm all for that. I'll do that all day long. But when I'm having to just choose random stranger number A, B, C, D, E, F, G, I'm not going to do it.
And yet you play Smite. Smite is 10 times worse than any MMO I've ever played.
I
as
don't-
far as
I don't
community
play-
goes.
I don't play Conquest.
But you're still playing with real humans.
Right, but I'm playing the 2 modes that no one gives a shit. So it's kind of like, sometimes, if you do terrible, everyone's, you'll say, oh shit, I'm sorry. And everyone's like, nah, it's cool, man, it's cool. We'll get them next time. But if you're playing like Conquest or Joust or whatever the fuck the other one is, and they'll be like, oh my god, if you never played this character, you're so stupid. Then I don't play those modes.
Fair enough.
Actual footage.
Yeah, it is.
I've seen it happen.
Mm,
It was devastating.
it was very devastating.
I drank more Polish vodka when it happened to me.
I had to cancel my account for like 7 days.
That's your withdrawal limit?
Yeah.
There you go.
But seriously,
I
I
mean-
miss the days of
What
having
you-
to have people come together to
Oh, I
play
do too.
games. Because
Obviously.
Ando come!
hello, I love the fact that yes, you could use the chat option through your video game, but I want to stare that bastard in the eyes who just dicked me over in a game of Munchkins.
Well,
I realize you can still do that.
I think is what I really like. You can find ways to make that work with the games that you really enjoy. One of the most fun experiences that I've had doing that kind of thing is sometimes some of our friends will come over and we'll have a Left 4 Dead LAN party where we'll play Left 4 Dead or Left 4 Dead 2 and get 8 people. So you got the human team and the zombie team, and then that just gets really fun when because the zombie team is in the other room and all of a sudden you get the boomer vomiting on you. You can look over at the person who just did it. They're just giving you this big grin. And you're just like,
Yeah.
I see how it is.
Uh-huh.
Exactly.
I like that. I mean, that's the kind of stuff. I mean, we grew up with LAN parties and being able to LAN. Holy shit!
You got really pissed off at your opponent, you go disconnect their damn controller.
Screw that, dude. I always pulled the plug out of the back of the monitor. I'm like, fuck you. You're dead.
That works too. That's OP,
You're a
man.
jerk, man.
Actually, what I would do is if I knew I was going to get owned by whomever I was playing, is I would pull the plug on the back of the monitor just enough that it still had power, and if they got a little too aggressive, it would basically just gravity would pull it out. Be like, oh no, what happened to your monitor?
What a D-bag. You wonder why nobody plays with you, man.
Shut up, man.
Seriously, man. I was right about to say next time that we have a Left 4 Dead LAN party, I'll make sure to invite you. Now I'm not so sure anymore.
Oh my god.
When your monitor goes bad, you know why.
Exactly. Like, I was going to say, let's play Civ 5. And no, not anymore.
He's just going to play as Gandhi and nuke your ass.
No.
It's actually no fucking Gandhi. Okay, so a little backstory. So, in Civilization series, Gandhi is known as the most bloodthirsty character alive. And what happened was, the original Civilization, they had a scale of 1 to 9 to basically, and how vicious was your opponent. They gave Gandhi a 0. Somehow that 0 translated to be like
10.
A 10 or 100, like uber crazy.
Because it's outside the scale.
Exactly. So there's always there's a running joke, and they've kept it alive in the Civilization series ever since, where Gandhi will always be like the first person for absolutely no reason just to nuke your ass.
The question for me is, how do you like open world PvP? Like in WoW, Guild
Oh,
Wars 2?
wow.
I run the other direction. I only PvE.
So my only
Actually,
experience,
I'm the same way. I hate PvP. I will not do PvP.
my experience with doing
Like,
PvP
in
open
MMO.
world was if you play World of Warcraft, Axel Thumb is so like I'm talking original World of Warcraft, like the year it came out. I got before you could even get to like mounts because it was impossible to raise enough gold to get to mounts. Get to freaking Stranglethorn Vale. And you're about level 35, if I remember right, to get to Stranglethorn Vale in World of Warcraft. It was just Camp Central. It just pissed me off to no end where people just corpse camp your body. So you'd resurrect, and 2 seconds later, the same damn level 60 rogue just ganked you again. Pretty much. That's exactly what it was. So, yeah, I've tried open world PvP games, and they just piss me off in the end. And I just want to stab somebody.
Didn't you play an MMO that was like World v World?
Yes, you're thinking of, well, at the time, Guild Wars 2 is.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh.
But the other one, the original one that was supposed to be that flamed out was Warhammer.
Okay.
Warhammer Online, which was an identical World of Warcraft clone, so I stopped playing it because I was bored of War.
It was literally World of Warcraft just with like Warhammer.
It was reskinned.
Yeah.
With like Warhammer, old school Warhammer, not Warhammer 40K. So
speaking of Warhammer
30K.
Yeah. I would love to just like, if I had the time, which I do not have the time, but it would be interesting to try to figure out some of these like the miniatures games.
Yeah.
But like I see what
yeah, I remember. Yeah.
I see what some like how much money certain like a Warhammer, how much money it takes to really get into it. I'm just like,
yeah. Time and money.
The amount of money that I have sunk into Star Trek Attack Wing, like I don't regret it. I love Star Trek Attack Wing. I've got a ton of ships, but I don't have like anybody else who like plays with me much.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like I feel like I am, like I actually kind of am taking a bit of a break from buying ships, even though there's new stuff and I keep seeing it in the stores. Like I see new ships that I want, but if I take this home, I'm gonna take it out of the package, but nobody's gonna play with me because no one's playing with me. So
no,
They're like Magic the Gathering, where it's like every damn season, the old season cards are getting like banned left and right, and then you're playing tournaments. You can only have cards from these like last 2 seasons. So, like, it's kind of the same deal. They're creating a perpetual site. I mean, Magic the Gathering is an extremely expensive game to play.
Oh, yeah.
If you want to be successful in tournaments. And part of it is the definition of DLC. It's not DLC because you're not, digital. But they're the definition of DLC for card games because you have to buy the new content if you want to partake in their new tournaments.
Yeah. My problem was that I kept, and I do this to this day. I buy games without knowing if anyone will ever play the games with me. Board games, card games. I suckered Zealeus into Legend of the Five Rings for a couple of years.
I wonder if I have those cards somewhere like hidden like under my bed.
Probably.
I've done the same thing. I've like bought a game because like, oh, this is really cool, and then every time I try to pull it out at one of the game days or something, everyone's just like, I don't want to play that. It's like, well, I wish I'd known, or I wouldn't have bought it.
Exactly.
That was a fun game.
Well, that's why I can no longer go to the Kickstarter board game section because I will kickstart the shit out of a board game, going, "Oh man, it's gonna be awesome!" And I get it, and I'm like,
Yeah, you
I
need to
don't
have
know anyone who's going to play this.
You should have a Kickstarter board game festival.
Hey, would you do what Elysian Shadows is doing, which I don't know when their games are coming out, but they threw a backer party that somehow lasted 3 full days.
Wow.
They invited the lead developer invited everyone over to his house, and they just kind of camped there. And now he's going to throw a Halloween party.
But they have like giant kegger, basically, a 3-day kegger.
No. People just they brought tents and stuff. They camped out on the lawn, and then people kept bringing food and drinks. And
That's intense.
It sounds like college.
Oh, keep going.
Nope, I've.
I derailed that one.
Okay.
Thank you.
Keep talking. Sorry.
Bye, Charlie.
Really
Sorry.
leaving?
Yeah, leave it.
He's going
Bye, Charlie.
to get the Polish vodka.
Charlie's had enough. He's like, I'm out of here, motherfucker.
He's gonna get the Polish vodka. That's
Actually, you
what he's gonna
derailed him so badly. There's like, I can't take
do.
this
You
anymore.
gotta get the vodka.
I
Well, I guess we can take over Altered Confusion now.
Yes, like we're just.
Yeah, we don't need his chair anymore.
Where's his chair?
Now, I'll drink his Mountain Dew. No, I'm not gonna drink his Mountain
He
Dew.
doesn't
It's
need a
water.
chair. His
Water
water.
at this point.
I don't even know what this is.
Yeah, I don't either.
So, Ando, have you played any good video games lately?
Well, I mean, like I said, I've been playing some WWE. 2K15 is what I'm currently going.
Oh, are you excited about this Sunday?
Hell in a Cell? Of course
Yeah,
I am.
buddy. All right, who's gonna win? Brock Lesnar versus Undertaker.
I am thinking it's probably going to be Lesnar.
I think so. I'm my sneaking. What WTF moment is a freaking German suplex through the cage? I'm talking a German suplexes because the cage always collides, even though it's indestructible
Maybe,
object at least once.
But it's the PG era, so they want to try to minimize, and especially considering Taker got concussed at WrestleMania 30.
He was effed up after
He was.
WrestleMania. He was.
He was.
So this is you're right as far as taking that bump.
Yeah.
Now if you see like a Zack Ryder, fucking throw up the rake. He's gone.
Oh, I see how it is.
Oh, you still here?
Oh,
You
we
still
let
here?
you
No
go.
way.
Man, all right, where's Charlie go?
Dude, yes, in November, Survivor Series is actually in Atlanta, and my group is going to be there. We're actually going to be at Survivor Series.
No shit. Wait, you got a wrestling group?
Yeah.
What the shit?
We'll talk about this afterwards.
Yes, we are. I love wrestling.
Absolutely. Of course, I didn't know. I wish I had. I would have already.
That's it.
I have a lot of things to talk to you about.
Yes,
Not
that's
really gaming.
It is also kind of my dad and I's bonding time. Because every time he talks to me, like, is there a wrestling event this Sunday? I'm like, yes, there is one this Sunday. Come over and cook your popcorn.
Jack Daniels. Well, sure enough. See,
Oh.
he went and got booze. It's exactly
It's like I
what he
can't
said.
take it anymore. I need my booze.
What is how's your thoughts
What?
on the new Halo Guardian?
That's more of a Charlie question, I think. Demon Kane. No, I love the whole new thing with like the demon / corporate Kane just cracks me up. But Kane as a
He's been my favorite wrestler since I started watching wrestling.
But like the way he does is like different facial expressions, the way he interact. Think about the different people he's been paired up with, from like Daniel Bryan to now Seth Rollins, and how he's been able to work with so many different.
paired up with him, Big Show, RVD, X-Pac.
Pizza Face said
But like the different
Hulk
type
Hogan
of
is better than Stone Cold.
the different type of wrestlers. No, you're the pizza face. I'm gonna ban your ass.
I've taken the mouse away.
Sorry, Stone Cold and he would Stone Cold stun your ass through the table.
All right, Nudge. Real quick.
Oh, we gotta get back to video gaming. That's right.
The new Halo Guardians. I can't figure out if you're actually going to be playing as Master Chief or someone who's going to be hunting down Master Chief or someone who's going to be on a team that's joining Master Chief to do whatever he's doing. But I can't wait for it. Is it coming out tomorrow? Oh God!
I don't have an Xbox, so
that
it
might
doesn't
throw a
play.
huge monkey wrench in all my plans.
It's not on my radar.
I was actually going to go.
Thwarting your plans?
Huh?
Thwarting your plans.
Dude, I was going to go see a movie tomorrow night. But if
Guess not anymore.
the new Halo comes out tomorrow,
Priorities, man.
I really wanted to see The Last Witch Hunter.
That's not fun. Vin Diesel being Vin Diesel.
Yeah.
Vin Diesel as every
Himself.
Vin Diesel character.
I'm more
Vin
interested.
Diesel.
I'm more interested in the redhead.
He actually reminds me. You know nothing, Charlie Hawkins.
I know exactly. You know nothing, Jon Snow.
He's basically the same character from what the hell is that space one he was in?
What was this? The space one he was in. Riddick.
Yeah, he basically
Pitch
like
Black.
I'm like
Pitch
it's Riddick, like only like in a
Chronicles
fantasy
of
setting.
Riddick. Pitch Black.
It's the same damn character.
Was there another one?
Well, Pitch Black was the first one.
Right,
Yeah.
Pitch Black was the first one. Then there was...
Which
But
had-
Chronicles are really
which-
been famous.
Pitch Black had Claudia Black from Farscape in it.
Ooh. I cannot. Farscape Force. I'm gone.
That's it. That's it.
Nope.
Oh,
That's it.
Oh,
I'm doing
did
the
you
first.
see- did you
I
see
watched
the
like
parallel
5
between-
episodes.
Yes, I just
Yeah,
shared it.
yeah,
on
yeah,
Yeah,
Facebook.
yeah, I saw. I've watched like 5 episodes, and the first 5 episodes have been like painful.
that's it.
I heard that I have to watch this. I've tried. I've really tried. Wow.
My God, man.
You're like burning a whole thing.
I know,
Right.
right?
It
Look,
hurts. It hurts to look at.
I was talking to one of my friends, and he said that Farscape does go downhill once the blue lady leaves.
I disagree because I like oh God, see now it's been a few years since I watched it. I like the replacement for her better than her.
See, I've heard the first season can be, for some people like myself, can be boring, but the seasons 2 and 3 is where it picks up.
Well, I
That's
mean,
what I've read.
it's like any okay, my opinion.
What is Andrew's opinion?
My opinion only. I speak for nothing more than myself. For
And
me,
Altered Confusion.
for me,
And
well,
the whole Altered Confusion.
Oh my God. Keep going.
okay,
No
for
pressure.
Altered Confusion,
Yep.
a good sci-fi series, it's okay if it starts more episodic.
Okay.
But then a good sci-fi series will grow beyond that, and once you get past the first season, you will typically end up with more story arcs
Mhm.
and deeper characterization and like throwing in twists with the characters,
Mhm.
and you really get some good arcs. And I thought that Farscape did an amazing job. And further, they were canceled out of the blue in the 3rd season, and they had already written basically the 3rd season was over, and it had a big cliffhanger, and then they were told you don't get a 4th season. And it was this massive cliffhanger that you cannot just leave dangling. And then they came back and did a mini-series, a TV mini-series that picked up literally at the exact moment that the 3rd season ended.
Mm-hmm.
And it like, okay, we'll fix this, we'll fix it, and then make an awesome mini-series that wraps up the storyline, but still leaves things open so that if it ever comes into the future, we can actually build off it. So
Right.
it ends, but there is this little, just in case, they leave this
Yeah.
little bit of a thread.
But it's enough of a finale to be like, okay.
Yeah, it is over. But if they ever wanted to come back to it, the door's
Well,
open.
same thing I have on
And I love Farscape, if you can't tell. Not as much as Star Trek and Star Wars, but it's up there.
Defiance kind of did the same thing because they canceled after season 3 without any warning to the writers. But season 3 still ended with enough, even unbeknownst to them being canceled, it still ended with enough of a finale.
Enough closure.
With enough closure is a better way of putting it, yes. Where kind of the same thing. Where it's like, okay, and most of the threads were closed enough, but there's still stuff where if they ever did come back to it, it's like, yeah, there's still stuff they could do. But it's enough where it's like, okay, I can live with that.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have reached the end of our episode. I'm sorry.
No!
But I do want to throw this up real quick for everyone. If you want to get up to date on all the latest news that we have to offer you, you can go to our website at www.alteredconfusion.com.
Facebook!
You can check us out at Altered Confusion.
Twitter!
At Altered Confusio with no N.
Because it's too awesome. And then there's YouTube!
Altered Confusion LLC.
And then, last but certainly not least, because that's where you are right now, unless you're watching the archive version on YouTube, is Twitch TV.
Twitch.tv/Altered Confusion.
What slash?
Forward, of course. If it was back, I would have said backslash.
Oh, Lord. Anyway, so thank you everyone for tuning in to this episode of the Thursday Night Hangout. And, of course, a special thank you to the one and only Ando.
And especially you're welcome to you guys.
Very good, very good. So, please, let's see, subscribe to us here, or no, I can't even remember what the hell, the damn thing. Subscribe, like, follow, whatever you need to do. So
Get
you can,
involved.
so, yeah, exactly. Get
Give me
involved.
Cliff Notes.
Probably. But anyways, thank you for tuning in to the Altered Confusion Thursday Night Hangout. For myself, Charlie, Zealeus, and Ando, it's been a pleasure to give you this hour and 15 minute plus of craziness and video games and random chit-chat.
And
But-
wrestling today.
And wrestling chit-chat.
That would be random.
So of course, tune in next
I can't
week
talk
where we're going to be
wrestling
doing a Halloween-themed show. I don't know how themey it will be, but it will be.
I need to bring my black cat.
Goodbye, Nakamoto! So once again, thank you for tuning in, and we will see you next week.
Remember, kids, keep on gaming in the free world.
Amen to that, brother. You're not going to do your thing?
Oh, sorry. I'm back. So, Make sure to check out andocon.org or facebook.com/andocon, at andocon on the Twitters. And I'm Ando. So can you. I'm going to keep smashing into things over here.